Shalom. First, I'd like to begin by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. I thank him for the Kodash to do this video. Double honors to the apostles of great millstone that rule well, to the brethren pushing this with sincerity. I say Shalom to you. And to the sisters, the Akwatmiam who listen in silence, I say Shalom. Right there, your brother Howard. And I want to do a quick edification because I'm on work right now. On what is going on worldwide. As we see China, Japan, and South Korea to strengthen trades as Trump tariffs. Right? So let me see something here. Without further ado.
China is fully prepared to fight to the very end because the world is big enough that the United States is not the totality of the market in the world. So if the United States wants to go in that direction of completely shutting itself out of the China market, be my guest.
Yeah, and China will lose the US market, which, as I've said, is 15%.
We don't care. We don't care. China has been here for 5,000 years. Most of the time, there was no United States, and we survived. And if the United States wants to...
What they say they don't care. The Chinese government, the Chinese people, they don't care about the United States. They are no longer what people or what we think they are. They are no longer that world superpower. Right? They are being conquered. Right? Babylon is fallen. Revelation 18 and 2. Babylon is fallen.
Only China, we will deal with the situation without the United States, and we expect to survive for another 5,000 years.
When you hear Donald Trump say China wants a deal, it just doesn't know how to go about it. They're proud people. J.D. Vance talks about Chinese peasants. What do you make of their conduct in this respect?
If J.D. Vance thinks that he's dealing with the peasants in China, and I'm proud to be a descendant of the peasants, most of us are descendants of the peasants anyway, that's our tradition. We are farmers before, but now we are one of the...
And he speak like a mighty man. He speak like a mighty man, a man of wisdom, So I'll start the lesson with this scripture here. It's Joel chapter 3 and verse 9. It says, proclaim ye among the Gentiles. And the Gentiles goes back to these other nations also. In this particular scripture it says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Right? So the Gentile represents the other nation. There's two types of Gentiles, which are the other nations, which will be like those people, the Moabites, which are the Chinese today, the Edomites, which are we will call white man today, the Hamitic people, which are the Africans today, so on and so forth. All right. It says, let them come up. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I am strong. And when you go into that word, plowshare, it says a hoe or digging implement, right? And pruning hook, it goes back to a pruning knife, a pruning hook. In the Hebrew is mazmara, right? One second. Jeez, right. Joel 3 and 9. See if I can get a better definition in the my sword here. Alright, pruning hooks. You trim, prune. Basically, well, we know it's work instruments. So basically, that is basically it says, so beat your spears into swords and your pruning hooks beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say I'm strong. And China, as the guy rightfully saying, they were farmers back then. They were farmers back then, but now they are mighty people, right? Let me look at China's military might. Now, this is the second time I'm doing this video. It's cut off just so. I look at China ICBM arsenal. So it says China's ICBM arsenal is estimated to consist of approximately 400 missiles deployed in 550 launchers. This includes both silo-based and road mobile launches. And the number of ICBMs is steadily growing. You see? China has around 710 nuclear capable land-based missiles capable of delivering approximately 380 warheads. The 2005 Federation of American Scientists report estimated that around 460 of these land-based missiles are ICBM, whereas the DoD's 2024 China military power reports approximately 400 ICBM in China. So the weak are no longer weak, but the weak saying they're strong, and they're flexing that, right? They're flexing that. How big is America? How big is the Chinese military? It says China's People Liberation Army is the world's largest active duty military force, from approximately 2,350,000 active personnel and 510,000 reserve personnel and 500 pre-military personnel. This makes its total force size roughly 3 million. See, so China military is about 3 million, larger than the US military, which is about 2 million personnel. So the weak saying they're strong. They're not only saying they're strong, but they're showing that they are strong in terms of trading, in terms of businesses. They are strong. They actually are mightier than the America.
Leading industrialized economies in the world. So I'm sorry, J.D. Vance doesn't know what he's talking about. And therefore, I don't think there will be China-US dialogue unless the United States changes its attitude towards China. Deal with China as it is. Show respect to China. Show respect to the Chinese people. And don't try to impose your prejudice and biased view about China or about the rest of the world. China is fully prepared to fight to the very end because the world is big enough that the United States is not the totality.
Hey, what's right. China? So you hear that?
Is fully
prepared to fight to the very end. Right? So I'm gonna do this here now. Alright, so this is Reuters. Alright. These three countries there.
China, Japan, and South Korea held.
These three countries were enemies at once. Alright, and the scripture clearly tells you, let me get that on back up.
China, Japan, and South Korea held the first trade talks in 5 years on Sunday, amid concerns over US President Donald Trump's import tariffs. The three Asian manufacturing giants agreed to, quote, closely cooperate for comprehensive and high-level talks to improve free trade in the region. That's according to a statement released after the meeting. Trade ministers from the three nations met ahead of Trump's planned announcement on Wednesday of more tariffs in what he calls, quote, Liberation Day. Last week, Trump announced 25% import tariffs on cars and auto parts, a move that may hurt companies, especially Asian automakers, which are among the largest vehicle exporters to the US. Seoul, Beijing, and Tokyo are major US trading partners, although they have been at loggerheads among themselves. Disagreements over issues, including territorial disputes, have prevented them from making any substantial progress on a trilateral free trade deal since starting talks in 2012. The ministers agreed to hold their next ministerial meeting in Japan.
Right, so then no longer with the scripture says the beast shall heed the whore. Revelation chapter 17:16 it says, and the 10 horn which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall heed the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. I think that my next scripture will speak about that too. I don't know if it's Obadiah. I believe it's Obadiah. I can't remember exactly the verse. So this is what's happening right now in the world. This is what happening with America on the this is what you call Donald Trump called making America great again. Right? This is what the Lord put in place. You know, because the scripture says the Lord raise up king. I can't remember what that scripture go. You know, but the Lord putting things in place. You know, Trump think he making America great again, but really and truly is the Lord work he carrying out. In a dream and a vision when deep sleep falleth upon man, there shall he seal the instruction. Alright? This is we living in some beautiful, perilous times. You know, so hopefully the video is edifying and give up praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahshai. Right? Forgive me the Rakak what I should do this video. You know, shalom to the Lord's hopeful elect. Shalom.